Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. Sorry I've been away for, it's been over a week now. Wasn't well, nose wasn't cooperating. I really couldn't smell much, so what was the point? But anyway, I'm back with a brand new release today. This unusual little fella here, his little hump, Art of Nature 1 from Lattafa. Buckle up because this is a good one. Right guys, I'm not going to hang about. I'm just going to give it to you straight. If you like Oud Maracuja, Ombre Nomad, things like that, but it's either out of your price bracket or you just refuse to spend that kind of money because you're a more sensible human being and you aren't like us weirdos, then just go for it. Just go for this. Just do it. Try it if you can first. Always advocate sampling, you know. But yeah, this is a brief overview of the presentation. Comes in this box, and inside that box is this handy dandy little case here, absolute fingerprint magnet. As you can see, like I've only just polished it, but I've already smudged it up. And this opens up like that. And nestled inside there, you have your bottle. Now, for full disclosure, I think I might have got one that slipped through QC, quality control, because you'll see on the B-roll of it rotating on my stand. Look at that. I got an extra atomizer nozzle. I can only assume that it's been going down the production line. The mechanism that fires in the atomizer nozzle has fired it in, and it hasn't coupled with the collar or something, and it's slipped in, and its automatic default is to, when it doesn't recognize it's lodged, its automatic default is to fire another. I'm assuming because usually they miss and fall off the production line conveyor or something like that. But yeah, so it's fired one all the way through and then fired another one, which works. I've contacted Lattafa and I'm awaiting their response. I won't hold my breath. They're a very big company and they maybe just think, oh well, never mind. But yeah, my only concern might be that the exposed metal of the spring might end up oxidizing in some way. Maybe not, because it's in alcohol, but yeah, we'll see. That aside, these things happen. You know, these things happen, especially in such big companies when there isn't simply the time or the manpower to carefully inspect each individual unit that comes off the end of that line. So, you know, I'm not here to bash about names and, you know, start a blooming witch hunt or anything like that. I work in manufacturing. I understand that these things happen. You know, we're too quick to jump on things these days and, you know, start a witch hunt and start name bashing. But I'll keep you guys updated anyway. If Lattafa get back to me, I'll let you know what they say. But anyway, never mind. Worst things happen at sea. So, sorry, 5 minutes in, I haven't even talked about the scent yet. So impressed with this, honestly, man. Like, people have been saying in the comments and actually contacting me directly and saying, you know, you talk a lot about designer and niche. Where are your cheapies? Do you even have them? I do. I'm strange and I have my stand here, which is everything that I own. sort of like tiered, not so much by cost or anything, just like the top 2 shelves are interchangeable. They're all my niche, and then designer downwards. You don't see much of my top shelf because of the camera angle anyway. But yeah, so I replied with, I do have clones and cheapies, and I'm gonna feature them a bit more. Clones wise, I moved most of them on, mostly because I ended up getting the scent that they were inspired by. The ones I've chosen to keep, I haven't. Do I have any originals and clones of them? I think I might do, I just can't remember off the top of my head which. Anyway. This hasn't even macerated yet, and before you get in the comments and say maceration is fiction, and it's not. More established houses that have the manpower, space as well, and more of a reputation to sacrifice if people don't get the best version of their product. Those kind of companies macerate for you. These kinds of companies make it and ship it. But wow. So if you're familiar with OUD Maracuja, or Maracuja, I'm not sure how to say that, I've got something in my eye. If you're familiar with the Mason Crivelli OUD Maracuja, then you'll know that it's oudy, obviously, OUD Maracuja. A lot of other like darker facets and notes and accords with woods, and there might even be leather in there. And then up top, you've got passion fruit. There might be other fruits, but it's known for its passion fruit. And unlike a lot of fragrances that don't keep their top note, at least not noticeably throughout the life of the wear, the Crivelli does. Yeah, it really does really well as well. Now, it was a love-hate thing for me. I got a 5ml sample in that cohorted discovery set that was on offer at a really good price, silly price anyway. I think it was like 2 or 3 5mls. I think it might be 2 5mls and some 1.5mls from Crivelli, and it was like 20 quid or something. It was like silly cheap, so I just jumped on it. But tried them all, made my mind up which ones I liked, and I moved them on to somebody else. So anyway, the OUD Maracuja, I liked it at first. I could appreciate it. It was really strong mind, honestly. Like, you're looking at like 18 hours performance. It was strong and radiated big time. And there was something about the passion fruit with those aromatic notes mixed together, the acidity and the almost overripe juiciness mixed with the aromatic things. For some reason, obviously everybody's different, for some reason after a few wears, I always thought something bugging me about this, something that's not quite appealing, even though I did enjoy it. You know, we're funny like that, aren't we? And I thought, that's it, it's vomit. Just reminded me of vomit. Now, with this, even though it, you know, you read the note breakdown and it clearly indicates that, like with this, they've not bothered with the passion fruit and they've switched it out for fig and plum, and that's what made me pull the trigger on this. It's like, I haven't bought a cheapie in a while, a clone at least. I've decided not to get the OUD Maracuja, obviously because I don't want to smell like vomit. And that was the thing that was I decided that was the thing that was holding me back from getting something like in that profile. At least it was the passion fruit mixed with the oudy leatheriness of the fragrance. When I seen that, I was like, yeah, I think you know, I know anyway. Cubano, he reviewed it last week, and like he tickled his pickle. You know what I mean? He got pimpies, total ball sprayer. So yeah, I was like, yeah, man. If my guys like that about it, yeah, I'm gonna have to get it. So I did, and zero regrets. So yeah, it does. It switches out the passion fruit for the plum and the fig. When I first checked on Fragrantica, there was nothing on it, but seemingly something has appeared now. And the official blurb on the scent. Here comes the notes. The official blurb on the scent is the main accords are fruity, sweet, aromatic, oud, vanilla, rose, amber, leather, green, and aromatic. And the listed notes are blackcurrant, plum and fig in the top, leather, rhubarb, forgot to mention the rhubarb, and rose in the mid, and ambergris, vanilla, and oud. And the rhubarb, fig, and plum combined together to smell like the rose as well, actually, sorry, all combined together to smell like a floral fruit, which passion fruit is a floral fruit. It comes from the passion flower, but it doesn't have that effect that I mentioned about the Crivelli. Now, as I said, maceration is real. I expect this to perform better and be actually slightly better balanced in a few months. But that aside, it's already good. It already performs well. I would say it's probably at around the 6 to 7 hour mark now before I start to notice stop noticing the sillage as I move around. But anyway, there's a strong radiance. I'd say your scent bubbles like a couple of feet for an hour or so even now before it's macerated, and it will get better. But yeah, this is it really, guys. Like Oud Maracuja, if you like it. Ombre Nomad, if you like that too. If you like anything that's oudy and fruity, I recommend checking this out, because I'm really impressed by this. And it's not very often these days that I get hyped up about a clone. It's not. And I knew there was already a clone of Oud Maracuja out there, but I think it was like really going after the exact same scent profile. So I thought, nah, no bother. But this, I really like this. The missus does too. I just love these bottles, you know, 3D and that. It's just, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Again, sorry guys for being away for a week. Over a week anyway, by the time this comes out. But I'm feeling better now, so I'm going to try and catch up on some filming. So, yeah, that's about it really. Don't forget to jump down in the comments and tell me if you've tried this already, if you're wanting to. The Lattafa Pride range has got some great releases in amongst it. Like, what's your favourite? Vintage Radio's got to be up there, hasn't it? Like, I haven't bought any Show Paragon, and I don't think I will. You know, I'm not all just about niche and designer. Like, I do appreciate when there's a good clone, and there's clones in my collection that have prevented me from getting the original. So, yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.